What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Young HVAC and I'm back with another video. This is a highly requested video, so make sure you watch this video to the very end to find out about some of my personal experiences with having tattoos in the field and whether or not you're going to be okay if you have tattoos or if you're thinking about getting tattoos. I mean, who better to ask than your boy? I mean, I have tattoos all over my arms and I have a very large tattoo on my neck. So stick around and enjoy the video.
Shout out to Young HVAC.
Shout out to Young HVAC.
Shout out to Young HVAC.
Alright, so a lot of you have been asking me, how do employers feel about having tattoos? And this is a great question because nowadays about 30% of people in the United States have at least one tattoo. Things have changed in the workforce and they're just not like they used to be, which in my opinion is a better thing, because as time goes on, these employers, they have to accept a lot more things that they may have not accepted in the past. One of those things, tattoos. Even in the Army, depending on the size of your tattoo and what it is, you can enlist and be a part of the United States Army. They will just give you a waiver and you're in. That just shows how much things have changed over time. But I don't want to get too off the topic. Let's get back to HVAC. So it's probably in a lot of your mind whether or not a company is gonna hire you if you have tattoos. I honestly don't see why not. A lot of people have this concept and they build sort of a stigma on tattoos and people who have tattoos. Just because you have tattoos, that doesn't mean that you're a bad guy or a criminal, or you're not gonna do good at a job, or even that you're not professional. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the definition of professional even means, because I'm sure it has nothing to do with the way you look. All right, so one definition of professional is relating or belonging to a profession. Can anyone tell me where in that definition it says that your hair has to be cut, you can't have tattoos, you can't have long hair, and so on and so on and so on? It's just absurd to me, and it's crazy that things have been going on for so long this way when it's one of our rights to be able to express ourselves. So what if we want to decorate our skin a little bit? And I'm not trying to have a debate on whether or not it's okay to have tattoos. In my opinion, that's just a personal choice. And if you have tattoos, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay. However you feel about them, that's totally on you. In my opinion, what makes someone professional is the way that you dress, the way that you talk, being clean, knowledgeable, and presentable. I feel like, especially when it comes down to HVAC, the most important thing, in my opinion, is that you know what you're talking about. If I'm a contractor, I'm gonna hire the guy that knows what he's talking about. It doesn't matter if he has tattoos or not. I think that's so stupid, but that's just my personal opinion. There have been a ton of students just like myself. Some even have more tattoos than me, and they've had no problem finding a job in the field. If you happen to be one of those people who have tattoos and you have, let's just say, a troubled past, depending on the kind of things that you've gotten yourself into, that may affect whether or not you can get a job. That may not disqualify you, because I know a ton of guys that have felonies, but based upon what you did, there's still a chance that you can land a job in the field. I'm not saying that you can be a serial killer or a murderer, or I'm not gonna get into the other stuff that's, you know, extreme, but it's all based upon the details of your situation. But also, if you're a serial killer, you probably shouldn't be out of jail. If you are watching this, just go turn yourself in. If you're liking this video so far, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help me. Making these videos are not easy. Editing them takes a lot longer. So if you guys want more videos, make sure that you're showing the channel love tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Another side note that may affect whether or not you get an HVAC job is your driving record. This has nothing to do with tattoos, but I just want to throw that out there because it's very important. So make sure you have a clean driving record. You also have to have a driver's license. You can't drive your work van or your work truck if you don't have a license. But back to tattoos. I just want to go over my experience of having tattoos and being in the field, working for a company. Because even I was very surprised on how people reacted to me when in my head I had this whole idea that I was gonna have a really rough time because of the way that I looked. And I'm talking about the tattoos. But you will be surprised on how many people, they don't care what you look like. Your skin color, how tall you are, how much you weigh, what kind of hair you have, none of that. If it's 120 degrees outside and their air condition is broke, do you really think that they care about who's coming to fix it? Just fix it, please. All right, so my interview process. I went through my interview and of course I wore a long sleeve covering up my tattoos. I did this because I wanted them to first get a feel for who I am, my knowledge, and everything like that. Once they were interested in me, then I had to reveal before I started working. And I didn't even have to roll up my sleeves or anything and show them. I was honest, and I let them know, hey, I have 2 tattoo sleeves and I have a neck tattoo. I don't mind wearing a long sleeve shirt, but it's gonna be impossible for me to cover up my neck tattoo. And then I also let him know, like, hey, it's just a portrait, it's nothing negative. And he was okay with it. He said, all right, well, unfortunately, you won't be able to wear short sleeve shirts, but we'll get you some long sleeve shirts and don't worry about the neck tattoo. And I just want to give a shout out to John because he's the one that gave me the chance. So big shout out to John over at Johnny on the Spot in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, the next thing that I want to go over is how the customers responded to my tattoos. You would think that going to all different kinds of people's houses, young and old, you would think that maybe I would have some kind of problem. Guess what? No one cared about my tattoos. You wanna know why? Because I was there to do a job and I was professional, I was on time, I did that job as promised, and whether their unit was broken and I fixed it or whatever the case was, they didn't care. There was many occasions where they would be giving me gifts. I've gotten all kind of cupcakes and food. Did I eat it? Probably not, just because I have trust issues when it comes down to food. But it's a thought that counts, you know? They giving me drinks and all kinds of stuff, and what I'm trying to get at is that no one ever cared about how I looked. It was more about whether my uniform was nice and clean and neat, and whether I knew about what I was talking about. That seemed to be the most important thing to customers. It was so important that I was honest, knowledgeable, and presentable to the customer. Well, I was lucky to not have any bad run-ins with people about my tattoos. But will there be people that disagree? Yes, of course. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's easy having tattoos just on full display. But if you do run into any kind of discrimination or people treating you wrongly, you know, just stick it out, do your job, get in and get out. Will there be some companies out there that won't hire you because of your tattoos? Maybe, but don't get discouraged by that. Just keep moving along. I promise you, there is enough companies for everyone to work at. I honestly have met a lot of business owners, HVAC contractors and business owners. And you wanna know what all of them had in common, especially the younger ones? They all had tattoos, whether it was just one on their arm or, you know, whatever the case was. Tattoos are not going anywhere and people are just gonna have to deal with it. Should you show up to a job interview with your tattoos just all hanging out? No. Go ahead and cover them up. That way they can focus on your personality and they can really hear you more than they look at you. Once you've made it past that step, go ahead and be honest. Yeah, hey, I have some tattoos, but I don't mind covering them up. Keep that in mind and you'll be okay. I'm gonna make this an open discussion video. Feel free to comment down below about any bad or good experiences that you have had with having tattoos in the field. All right, so I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. This is gonna be an open discussion. Go ahead and comment down below about your experience having tattoos in the field or whether or not this video helped you. If you're someone who has tattoos, don't be discouraged. So once again, go ahead and comment down below your ideas or any advice you could give someone who has tattoos who is looking to get into the field. Or you may have a funny story about your tattoos or about a customer or anything like that. So feel free to leave that down below. All right, so if you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave me a like, and turn on the post notification so that you know when a new video has dropped. It's your boy Young HVAC, and it's about time for me to get up out of here.